Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce myself first. My name is Charles Haycox. I'm a captain here at Nevada Highway Patrol, currently overseeing the operations division, section. But I also want to welcome you all today for our award ceremony. Normally, this room is fully packed. However, with our current pandemic, we're doing a lot of social distancing, and we have limited the amount of people that will be attending. However, we are live streaming and for millions around the world. Today is an excellent day as we get to recognize the accomplishments of some very dedicated and amazing people. Today we will be recognizing the senior NHP trooper of the entire state. We will also be recognizing some life-saving medals, some Commendation medals, some Meritorious service medals, and also a Medal of Valor. Every one of these troopers went above and beyond their normal duties, and we're very proud of them. With us today, I would like to introduce some people that's with us. I have Director George Tagliotti. He's the Director of the Department of Public Safety. We have Colonel Dan Solo. He's the Nevada Highway Patrol Chief. Deputy Chief Kevin Larson. He's the major of the entire Southern Command. We also have a couple of captains here as well. We have Captain Kevin Honey, Captain Scott Stunkel. With us joining as well, we have Captain Martin Malesko, and we have Chief Ann Carpenter, who's the Chief of the Parole and Probation. So I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you. With this, would everyone please rise and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you please remain standing while Trooper Bogdan gives the invocation? Trooper Bogdan.
Our dear Father in heaven, we're grateful to be gathered here this day to recognize those individuals that are receiving accommodations this day. We're grateful for technology and the means that we have to broadcast the ceremony via live stream to all those family and friends that are, whether near or far, that they can be with us this day as well. We ask a special blessing at this time to be upon those families that have lost loved ones this year, whether it be from this department or other agencies, that thy sweet spirit may be able to comfort them as they grieve at this time for the loss of their loved ones. We're grateful for the safety and the protection that is offered to us each and every day as we go out and serve the great citizens and visitors of this state. We're grateful for the watchful eye that has over our families to look over them as we are away doing our work and our duties. We're grateful for all those that command and lead us, and for all those that serve in the administrative capacities, whether it be dispatch, the front office, or so many different areas, that we have so many tools and resources available to us to press on with our duties each and every day. We're grateful for the blessing of the employment that we have, regardless of what our profession is, that as we put our best foot forward, we may truly make a difference. We're grateful for, again, all that thou hast blessed us with, and these things we pray and give thanks in thy holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Trooper Bogdan. You may all be seated. Before we get started, I'd like to thank a few people for setting up the room. I'd like to thank Lieutenant Varner, Trooper Tom Vernon, and also Karen Hill in our administration for setting up the room and preparing for this ceremony. They did a great job. I'd also like to thank Andrew Bennett as well for setting up the live stream and also putting everything together through OTS, so thank you. Right now, I'd like to introduce some of the people that are actually being awarded these medals. And first, I'd like to start with recognizing Trooper Joseph Albano. Trooper Albano, would you please introduce your family?
This is my wife, Gloria, and my daughter.
Excellent. I'd like to recognize Trooper Brett Bogdan and your family as well.
Absolutely. Trooper Brett Bogdan, my family, they're here with us virtually today. My wife Gina, my son Seeger, and my daughter Alexia.
Excellent. Recognize Sergeant Darren Reimer.
Yes, my wife Elaine's watching virtually, as well as my kids from home and probably family from elsewhere in the country and friends from elsewhere also. Thank you.
Excellent. Recognize Trooper James LaRose. Could you introduce your family as well?
Good morning, James Lawrence. My family's also watching virtually, which I greatly appreciate. Extended and beyond, my wife Virginia, my kids Austin and Kayla. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize Trooper Donald Castlebaum, and please introduce your family.
It's Gerald Castlebaum, but that's close.
Daryl. I said Daryl.
My wife Sherry's watching virtually today.
Virtually. Thank you. Recognize Rayanne Brims. Would you please introduce your family?
Yes, sir. Today I have my mother with me, Dana, my two sisters, Randy and Ricky. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to recognize Rafael Rodriguez. Could you please introduce your family?
Hello, this is my wife Natalie, my father Rafael, and my two brothers Greg, Rob, and Hutchinson.
Get a round of applause for this family. All right, I had the opportunity to recognize Colonel Solo. However, I'd like to introduce Colonel Dan Solo as our guest speaker.
Good morning. As I was just introduced, I am Colonel Daniel Solo, Chief of the Highway Patrol. Welcome everyone, and welcome to all of our friends, families, and guests, and welcome to all of our guests viewing the live stream of today's event. Let me start today by telling everyone how proud I am to be leading this talented and motivated group of people that make the Nevada Highway Patrol, and more specifically today, the Southern Command, the premier public safety agency that we are. The work that all of our men and women have continued to do this year is incredible, especially when you consider the context of 2020. So far this year, we've seen our DUI strike force make their 2,000th arrest in less than 2 years of service. We've saved countless lives through our enforcement for a purpose, proactively enforcing the Big Five to keep dangerous driving to a minimum. We have assisted the Clark County School District, the Southern Nevada Health District, and Foursquare Food Bank and many other organizations distribute food and necessities for those most impacted by the COVID pandemic. We stood on the front lines with our brothers and sisters to protect our community while they peacefully protested, and we were prepared to act when things got out of hand. We were there helping our fellow state agencies like the Department of Motor Vehicles as they reopened to ensure everyone was safe as we start to return to normal. We have also graduated 2 academies, adding 20 new troopers to our agency statewide, and that's just what I could think of off the top of my head. Our chosen career field often goes unrecognized, and there is no doubt that it takes a personal toll on every single one of us. And never in my career has this been more true than now, with law enforcement under fire like never before. This is an opportunity for all of us. We should be welcoming of this examination and know that we will become better at what we do through it. Our calling remains noble. Our contribution to our community is great. We enjoy the personal satisfaction of being part of something so much bigger than each of us as an individual. Today we get to recognize several employees' work through awards for remarkable teamwork to save lives, spectacular singular actions to preserve life, along with sustained high performance. Sir Winston Churchill once said, "To every man comes in his lifetime that special moment when he is figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered a choice to do a very special thing, unique to him and fitted to his talents. But your tragedy if that moment finds him unprepared or unqualified for the work which will be his finest hour." Today we get to see the results of when you are prepared for that work. Before I turn the ceremony over to Major Larson, I get to make the first presentation, and I want to speak briefly on this first piece of recognition. In 2012, then Colonel Abney started a program with the Highway Patrol to recognize the Highway Patrol's most senior trooper and most senior sergeant. Tradition and longevity are honored often in police work, and this recognition is no different. Today we get to recognize a new senior trooper of the Highway Patrol, and one of our other honorees today happens to be our senior sergeant who's retiring very soon. Trooper Brett Bogdan, if you would join me up here, Brett, has been with the Highway Patrol since 1995. In fact, he was in the academy just prior to my own. This past February, Brett celebrated the completion of his 25th year of service to the Highway Patrol and the state of Nevada. With the upcoming retirement of Sergeant Carlos Rivera, Trooper Bogdan will be the last Highway Patrol member of his academy. In addition to being the senior trooper, Trooper Bogdan is the 4th most tenured employee at the Highway Patrol, behind 2 lieutenants in Northern Command and Sergeant Rivera in Southern Command. When you think about that, it's a pretty remarkable accomplishment. Trooper Bogdan has been a trooper longer than some of our youngest troops have even been alive. With that, I'm proud to present Trooper Brett Bogdan with his 25-year service certificate, a special order bestowing upon him the title of Senior Trooper of the Highway Patrol, and the Senior Trooper Badge.
All right, so it's like Colonel Solo just said, I'm going to read the certificate. It says, Senior Trooper in the State, presented to Senior Trooper Brett Bogdan, Southern Command, Las Vegas, August 2020. Senior Trooper Brett Bogdan is recognized for the impressive work he has done for the Nevada Highway Patrol over the last 25 years. During his time with the patrol, he has served in traffic enforcement, commercial enforcement, and MERT. Due to the example he sets with his demeanor, mentoring, and work ethic, he has earned the respect of all that know him and work with him. Thank you, Trooper Bogdan, for your continuing to strive to be the best for yourself and your brothers and sisters in blue. Thank you. Good job. Keep him up here. Also, as we previously noted, Trooper Brett Bogdan is going to receive his 25-year service certificate. It says Trooper Brett Bogdan, Nevada Highway Patrol, 25 years, February 27, 2020. In recognition of your 25 years of service to the Department of Public Safety, the Nevada Highway Patrol, and the citizens and visitors of the great state of Nevada, signed Director George Tagliati, Department of Public Safety, and Colonel Daniel Solo, Nevada Highway Patrol. All right, now we're going to move into our medal certificate. Our first award is going to be the Life-Saving Medal. I would like to call forward Trooper James LaRose and Rhiann Brims. The Life-Saving Medal is presented to our officers out in the field that go above and beyond their normal call of duty when they roll up on a crash or whatever call they're on that somebody is in need of life-saving measures. These 2 troopers took it upon themselves to go above the normal call of duty and perform life-saving measures and save lives. So Captain Haycox is going to read the certificates on these.
In reference to Trooper James LaRose. Trooper James LaRose encountered a suicide male on April 26, 2020, who was holding a loaded semi-automatic pistol to his own head and threatened to commit suicide. Trooper LaRose initiated dialogue with the mentally distraught person and successfully prevented him from killing himself through meaningful conversation. The scene was precarious because he was sitting in a concrete culvert below US 95. Trooper LaRose kept the person talking until the scene could be turned over to the Metro SWAT team. The subject surrendered himself shortly after and encountered treatment. He is on his way to a recovery due to the efforts of Trooper LaRose. All right, Trooper Rayanne Brims. On May 11th, 2020 at 06:30 a.m., Trooper Brims responded to a pedestrian on US 95 near Sunset Road. The male was reportedly walking on the right shoulder, being followed by an RTC bus. The male attempted suicide by running in front of traffic and was struck by the bus. Upon Trooper Brims' arrival, the male subject was laying in the slow lane, bleeding profusely from the face and left arm. Trooper Brims applied a tourniquet to his left arm, applied pressure to a bleeding injury on his left shoulder with gauze, assisted the application of a C-collar, gave him clear verbal commands, and helped him still throughout the incident.
Okay, our next award is the Commendation Medal. This medal is given out to, obviously, troopers that put themselves in danger, and in this particular incident, they were involved on an officer-involved shooting scene. All three of them contained the scene and kept bystanders out and secured the scene during the incident. So I'd like to call up Sergeant Darren Reimer, Trooper James LaRose, and Trooper Daryl Cassabaum.
All right, Sergeant Darren Reimer. Sergeant Darren Reimer arrived on a suicide suspect call on April 2nd, 2019 and provided cover while trying to make a plan while Trooper LaRose communicated with the suspect over the PA. The suspect presented a shotgun, fired a round off in the air, and turned towards Trooper Albano. Trooper Albano fired one round which struck the subject in the right forearm. Trooper Cassabaum, LaRose, and Sergeant Reimer tactically enveloped the subject as a team and helped bring a safe conclusion to a tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving situation. His actions reflect credit on himself, the Department of Public Safety, and Nevada Highway Patrol, all of their actions.
Okay, our next award is the Meritorious Service Medal, and this is going to be in relation to this last incident. This happened back in March of 2019. We had a shooting up on Mount Charleston where Trooper Albano, if you want to come up, we had a suicidal subject up there. The three officers mentioned before secured the scene. Trooper Albano actually took a good position at advantage, and when the subject came out firing rounds, he was able to fire one shot and disable the subject before he harmed himself or anybody else. So today we're honoring Trooper Albano with the Meritorious Service Medal.
All right, Trooper Joseph Joey Albano arrived on a suicide subject call on April 2nd, 2019. The suspect presented with a shotgun, fired a round off in the air, and turned towards him. Trooper Albano fired one round which struck the subject in the right forearm. The suspect was taken into custody, given first aid, and ultimately transported to CCDC for multiple charges. Trooper Albano was forced into a tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving situation where his swift actions and sound decisions reflect credit upon himself, the Department of Public Safety, and the Highway Patrol.
right, our last one is our Medal of Valor. Probably most everybody in this room and everybody watching live probably saw some media coverage of this down here in Las Vegas. This just happened recently, but Trooper Rodriguez, if you could come forward. Trooper Rodriguez was responded to a call in the midst of a bunch of riots and protests in downtown Las Vegas. We had a female subject that was on an overpass threatening to take her life. And I'll let Captain Haycox read the certificate, but Trooper Rodriguez went above and beyond, put himself in danger, and risked his own life to save the life of a person he didn't even know. So thank you very much.
On June 1st, 2020, just before 11 p.m., Trooper Rafael Rodriguez responded to a call regarding a female who was possibly suffering from mental distress at Russell Road and US 95. Upon arrival, Trooper Rodriguez observed a female grasping the exterior fence on the overpass, standing on a very narrow ledge over traffic lanes. Immediately, Trooper Rodriguez began to speak with the woman to try and get her to calm down. The woman began to apologize for what she was about to do. Trooper Rodriguez climbed up the curved fence high above US 95 and secured the woman to the fence with handcuffs until the Henderson Fire Department arrived. She was sent for an evaluation.
All right, in closing, I just want to congratulate everybody. It's good to know as a command staff that we have troopers out there protecting the citizens and even us on a daily basis. You guys have all gone above and beyond, and we're very proud of what you all do, and we continue and hope for your success in the future and your safety. So before we close, I'd also like to call back up Director Tagliati. He has some closing remarks as well.
Thank you, Major. Wow, this is absolutely the best part of my job, is to spend a little bit of time to meet the best of the best. I want to congratulate you on your awards. I couldn't be more proud. This year has certainly been challenging for anyone in law enforcement, any of the first responders, and I think that speaks volumes to your efforts and what you've done. Without further ado, I want to take this opportunity to give, Trooper Brents already has one, but that's another story. A director's coin, which this may be someday on eBay. Okay? So don't make light of it. But at least that's a little token of my pride in everything you guys do, and I couldn't be more proud of this organization, and thank you very much. So how do you want to just bring them up, everybody up?
Everyone, please come on up.
Yep, mask back on. Learning the mask trick is good too. Okay. Where are you all?
Thanks, sir.
Take care. Be good.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, you're not retired.
I am, sir.
When? Oh, that's right. Oh,
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, again, thank you everybody for coming. Thanks for watching online, and we appreciate everything everybody does. Please stay safe and healthy, and that concludes our ceremony today.